The broken sound. Once upon a time, in a small town in the heart of a vast kingdom, there lived a man who was known for his love for fine porcelain. He had a collection of porcelain bowls that he cherished, but he was always on the lookout for the perfect bowl. One day, he decided to visit the most famous porcelain shop in town. As soon as he walked into the shop, he was greeted by the sight of countless beautiful bowls. His eyes sparkled with excitement, and he couldn't wait to test them all. The man picked up a bowl and knocked it gently against another one. He listened intently, hoping to hear the magical resonance that would indicate the bowl was of excellent quality. But to his disappointment, the sound was dull. Undeterred, he knocked his bowl against another one, but still no luck. He tried the third and the fourth, but all his attempts were in vain. As he was about to give up, the old master craftsman who owned the shop saw his disappointment and approached him. "Why don't you use this bowl to do the test, not the one in your hands?" The man was puzzled, but decided to follow the master's advice. He picked up the bowl the master had handed him and knocked it gently against the rest of the bowls on display. To his amazement, every bowl chanted a sweet resonance. The first bowl had been flawed. How can you expect love, kindness, and truth if you don't even give them? Don't wonder whether all other bowls are broken if yours is flawed to begin with. The Boat of Ghosts. It was a serene day on the river. The sun was shining and the water was calm. Mia was enjoying the gentle sway of her boat as she let her thoughts drift away. Suddenly, she felt a jolt that snapped her back to reality. A boat had just rammed into hers. She was extremely annoyed. Which idiot could have let their boat drift like that, ramming into another? Mia took a second look and realized the boat, it was empty. All the anger was gone immediately. No one to be angry at. Simply a boat lacking direction or intention. Just like the people who had hurt her in the past. All the people that do you wrong are trapped in their unconsciousness. Your parents who didn't see you, the kids who teased you as a child, the driver who aggressively tailgated you yesterday. They were all like empty boats, rudderless and without conscious direction. They were acting out their own wounds, their own pain, without realizing the harm they were causing. They were not consciously doing you harm. No need to feel bad because of an empty boat. Out of control. Once upon a time in ancient China, a young disciple set out to meet the famous master boatman known for his unparalleled skills in navigating the treacherous waters of the big river. That disciple, curious to learn the art of boating, approached the boatman and asked him how he could handle a boat with such finesse. "Can anyone learn to handle a boat like you do?" the disciple asked, amazed. "Certainly," replied the boatman. "But remember, if you want to be a good boatman, don't worry about controlling the boat." The disciple was taken aback. "If you don't control the boat, how can you handle it?" he asked, confused. "Well, "You don't have to worry about the boat," said the boatman. "Just make sure that you can swim and you can control the boat." The disciple was puzzled by what the master boatman had said and sought his Zen master's advice. "A good swimmer will in no time get the knack of boating," he said, repeating the boatman's words. "That means that he has forgotten the water," said the master. The disciple was surprised. "What does that mean, master?" "It means that if a man can swim underwater, he may never have seen a boat before, and still he'll know how to handle it," explained the master. Where could he go and not be at ease? True mastery does not lie in controlling the world around you, but in mastering yourself. If you are not faced by fear, how could you worry about losing control? The Golden Buddha. Once upon a time, in a small village in Thailand, there stood a magnificent temple with a huge golden Buddha at its center. The villagers treasured their beloved Buddha and cared for it with utmost reverence. One day, word came to the village that an army was about to invade, and the villagers feared that the golden Buddha would be looted and destroyed. So they quickly covered the Buddha with mud and concrete, transforming it into a seemingly ordinary stone statue. When the army arrived, they saw no value in the stone Buddha and passed it by without causing any harm. The village was occupied by the army for many years, and as time passed, the people began to forget the true nature of their precious Buddha. Years went by, and one day a young monk was meditating at the base of the Buddha when a tiny piece of mud chipped off, revealing the gleaming gold underneath. The monk could not believe his eyes and rushed to share the news with his fellow monks. Excitedly, they all started chipping away at the Buddha until they uncovered its true form, a stunning golden Buddha. You were born as the Golden Buddha, a beautiful expression of consciousness. As life went on, thoughts, beliefs, trauma, and depression started to cover you like the mud on the Golden Buddha. You forgot your golden nature. Now is the time to rediscover it. All your conditioned thinking and baggage can be dropped to uncover your golden nature. Just observe everything, and you will shine again. Teach the unteachable. Once upon a time in ancient Japan, there lived a wise Zen master named Anno. Anno's family often complained about his nephew's lavish and immoral lifestyle. Despite his family lecturing him about his bad behavior, the young man spent his money on professional nightlife ladies and other similar pleasures, wasting away his youth and potential. The family begged Anno to come and give his nephew a good teaching. The master did not hesitate, and so he visited his nephew. The young man welcomed his uncle, and he was anticipating what would come next. They spent some time together, and then Anno went into deep meditation, smiling from the happiness he experienced. He meditated all night and was very happy in the morning. Before he left, he finally addressed his nephew. This was the time of the lecturing, the nephew thought. "My hands shake with age," the master said. "Could you help me tie the string of my straw sandal?" The young man obliged, happy to help his uncle. Thank you, Anu said with a gentle smile. A man gets older and feebler every day. Take good care of yourself. Goodbye. Anu left. If you tell someone to change a certain behavior, chances are the other person's thinking mind will go into protective mode and either get really defensive or even get offensive at times. Sometimes just being a living example of your teaching will sneak past the other's ego and do more good. The River of Enlightenment. Once upon a time, in a far-off land, there lived a young Buddhist monk named Tenzin. From a very young age, Tenzin had harbored a deep desire to attain enlightenment and had dedicated his life to the pursuit of spiritual growth. He had studied the teachings of the Buddha and had traveled to various monasteries to learn from wise masters. One day, while on his way back from a long journey, Tenzin came across a wide river. As he stood on the bank of the river, he felt a sense of despair wash over him. How would he be able to cross such a wide and tumultuous river? Tenzin pondered over this question for hours, but he could not find a solution. Just as he was about to give up, he saw a wise old teacher on the other side of the river. Tenzin's heart leapt with joy, and he shouted out to the teacher, "O wise one, can you tell me how to cross the river to reach the other side?" The teacher looked at Tenzin with a kind smile and pondered for a moment. He looked up and down the river, and then he yelled back to Tenzin, "My son, you already are on the other side." Stop trying to get to the other side. Stop trying to get enlightened. Look inside. Be aware of all that is present right now, and with more and more awareness, your light will naturally get brighter and brighter.